The moment you see flashing lights in your rearview mirror, your heart rate spikes. This is a sudden, physiological reaction to a high-stakes interaction. Because humans generally want to resolve conflict quickly, your instinct is to appease the officer. You feel a biological pull to over-explain, offer excuses, or apologize for things you didn't even realize you were doing. Officers are trained to use open-ended questions, like, "Do you know why I pulled you over?" to encourage drivers to fill the silence with a confession. Every action you take is being recorded by dash cams and body cameras. To protect your record, you have to be deliberate, separating your physical movements from your verbal responses. Your language must adapt based on the violation's severity and required verbal discipline. For routine scenarios like speeding, exposure is limited. A simple response concludes the stop. But if it shifts to a DUI or arrest, criminal charges require transitioning to absolute legal silence. Treating a serious investigation with the same conversational openness as a minor traffic ticket creates a permanent record of admissions. To stay protected, you have to diagnose the stop and deploy the correct script for that specific tier. We can categorize every stop into 3 tiers, starting with routine administrative encounters. These are the most common stops nationwide: speeding, equipment faults like a broken headlight, or an expired registration sticker. In these cases, the goal is to acknowledge the stop without creating a confession. If an officer mentions your speed, a response like, "I'll be more mindful going forward," addresses their concern without admitting to a specific number. Arguing about the facts at the driver's side window is almost always counterproductive. Claiming you were just keeping up with traffic is, legally speaking, an admission that you are speeding. Officers do not adjudicate evidence at the roadside. Attempting to debate the calibration of their radar gun usually results in a maximum fine and a note in the officer's report about your hostility. In Tier 1 stops, keep the interaction brief. You can contest the citation later in court, where the prosecution actually has to produce evidence to prove their case. The strategy must shift for Tier 2, investigative and pretextual stops. A pretextual stop is when an officer uses a minor violation, like a flickering license plate light, to investigate the vehicle for more serious crimes. Officers may ask casual questions like, "Where are you coming from tonight?" While this feels like small talk, you have no legal obligation to disclose your personal activities or your destination. Volunteering even innocent details can backfire. If you mention you're coming from a bar, even if you haven't had a drink, you've provided the officer with reasonable suspicion to legally extend the duration of the stop. This is also where search requests happen. If an officer asks to take a look in your car, they are generally relying on your voluntary agreement because they lack a warrant or probable cause. This diagram outlines 4 legal search methods. Under consent, agreeing waives your Fourth Amendment protection. Always state clearly, "Officer, I do not consent to a search." However, under plain view, officers can seize illegal items visible from outside without needing your consent. Tier 2 also includes the initial stages of a DUI investigation, where officers ask you to perform standardized field sobriety tests. These tests are highly subjective and have an accuracy rate of roughly 77%. Because they are voluntary in most states, a polite refusal limits the amount of subjective evidence the officer can record against you. In Tier 2, your responses require extra caution. Conversational compliance in these scenarios often results in manufacturing the very evidence the officer needs to justify a search or an arrest. The final category, Tier 3, involves direct, serious criminal jeopardy. This includes scenarios like driving on a suspended license, the discovery of contraband in the vehicle, or being placed under formal arrest. Physically resisting an arrest or a search, even if you believe it is unlawful, will lead to additional criminal charges that compound your legal trouble. If you are ordered to step out or are being handcuffed, comply physically. Submitting to the officer's movements is not a legal concession of your guilt. To protect your legal position, you must use an unambiguous phrase. "I wish to remain silent. I want to speak with an attorney." This triggers your Fifth and Sixth Amendment protections. Invoking these rights means you will have to endure a silent, uncomfortable transport to the station. However, this gives your defense counsel a case that hasn't been compromised by roadside admissions. When a stop reaches Tier 3, the goal is to survive the physical encounter safely while entirely shutting down verbal communication. The battle has moved from the roadside to the courtroom. Once the stop ends, your focus moves to preservation. Human memory of stressful events is notoriously unreliable and begins to fade within minutes of the encounter. You should follow a specific post-stop protocol. As soon as you can park safely, begin documenting the encounter while the details are still fresh. Write down the officer's name and badge number, the exact sequence of events, and any specific questions they asked. Note which areas of the vehicle were searched and what, if anything, was removed. If your vehicle is equipped with a dash cam, transfer that footage to a separate device immediately. This prevents the system from automatically overwriting the data. If you are the type of person who feels a strong biological pull to over-explain to ease the tension, the anxious complier, your best defense is to rely on polite ignorance. Simply tell the officer you are not sure why you were stopped. For those who want to maximize their legal options, the confident optimizers, the priority is understanding legal triggers. This means knowing the difference between a voluntary roadside test and the mandatory chemical test that follows an arrest. It is important to distinguish between administrative penalties, like a license suspension, and the generation of criminal evidence that can lead to a conviction. Maintaining a respectful tone helps manage the immediate interaction, but volunteering information moves the legal weight of the case from the officer's equipment to your own words. You can cooperate for safety without handing over your defense.